Thank you. It's so great to be among you again and to have the opportunity to share the science of essential oils. It's not an exaggeration to state that health begins and ends in the gut. The gut is really mission control. About 70% of your immune system, called the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, and a well-balanced microbiome trains it to attack invaders, not you. The gut powers digestion and nutrient delivery and even has a second brain called the enteric nervous system that can act on its own, shaping mood and cognition. Microbes also set the dial on inflammation and influence metabolism, heart and lung function, kidneys, liver, and detoxification. This shows us that a healthy gut has broad effects on our overall wellness. So we should support it with our lifestyle, including eating diverse foods, managing stress, sleeping, something that's often overlooked, and moving daily. Many of you have probably heard of the gut-brain axis, which is a bidirectional communication network between the GI tract and the central nervous system. This network involves neural, microbial, immune, and hormonal signals that coordinate gut functions and influence brain health and behavior. The gut microbiome produces short-chain fatty acids and neurotransmitters that influence brain function and mental wellness. Additionally, the gut produces hormones such as serotonin, peptide YY, and ghrelin that help regulate endocrine system function, appetite, mood, and stress responses. But did you know your gut has connections with several other areas of the body, including the nervous system, lungs, kidneys, pancreas, reproductive system, cardiovascular system, and liver? Through these axes, the enteric nervous system connects it all, signaling other systems and organs to perform their functions more efficiently. I'll briefly explain the importance of a few of these connections. Right next to the gut-brain axis is the gut-nervous axis. Think of it as your second brain. Millions of neurons managing gut motility, secretion, blood flow, and quick reflexes. The vagus nerve is the main connection between this network and the central nervous system. Here's the twist. The enteric nervous system isn't just a relay station. It can run on autopilot, initiating and coordinating gut activity without direct orders from the brain. So when your gut has a mind of its own, that's not a figure of speech, it's anatomy. Your gut microbiome is a backstage influencer for your heart. The microbes don't generally move into your arteries, but their signals do in the form of metabolites. Some species send the wrong signals, TMAO, which rides your bloodstream, encourages plaque buildup, and can throw heart function off rhythm. The good guys send short-chain fatty acids, which help keep immunity balanced and maintain healthy blood pressure and cholesterol already within the normal range. And the gut is also an immune training academy. Immune cells educated by gut microbes head into circulation and can maintain healthy inflammation levels inside blood vessels and even the heart itself. Your gut microbiome also moonlights as an endocrine modulator for the reproductive system. Through the gut reproductive axis, microbes help mix the hormone profile, especially estrogen. Many gut bacteria metabolize and recycle estrogen, shaping how much circulates and how it balances with other hormones. When that mix is off, too much, or too little, fertility can suffer, cycles can feel irregular or uncomfortable, and menopausal symptoms can flare. Microbes also influence androgens. Some carry enzymes that can make, transform, or break down testosterone, nudging levels up or down. And it's not just local. Microbial short-chain fatty acids and neurotransmitters can cross into the brain and influence the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, fine-tuning luteinizing and follicle-stimulating hormones release and downstream reproductive hormone production. Simplifying this, your gut chats with your gonads, with the brain as the manager on that group call. Your gut and liver share a non-stop express lane, the portal vein. Everything the gut absorbs, including microbial byproducts, checks in at the liver first. With a balanced microbiome, the shipments are helpful signals and fewer toxins, lightening the liver's load. With a messy microbiome, the liver gets flooded and function can diminish. The liver talks back too, sending bile acids that both aid digestion and pick which microbes thrive. The big picture, all these axes highlight the interconnectedness and interdependence of different organ systems, emphasizing the importance of viewing the body as a whole instead of just its individual parts. When the microbiome falls out of tune, known as dysbiosis, the gut's security gate loosens. Bigger food fragments, toxins, and stray microbes can slip past, pinging the immune system and sometimes misdirecting it toward healthy tissues. The usual culprits: ultra-processed foods, added sugar, artificial dyes, synthetic sweeteners, and too much alcohol. Not to mention stress spikes, poor sleep, and lots of sitting. Together, they scramble metabolism, disrupt microbial balance, and thin the gut barrier. This leads to local flare-ups and body-wide ripple effects. The antidote is more whole, diverse foods, steady sleep, regular movement, and stress management so your gut bouncers stay on duty. Microbiome imbalance and leaky barrier often show up together and trigger similar alarms. Local gut whispers include occasional bloating, cramping, bowel changes, occasional indigestion or heartburn, and food sensitivities. While louder body-wide echoes may involve low energy, brain fog, mood dips, jitters, skin flare-ups, minor aches, headaches, and even bad breath. If that list feels familiar, it's your cue to put more emphasis on your gut health. One of the most frequent questions I get is whether essential oils destroy healthy bacteria and disrupt the gut microbiome. Fortunately, the preponderance of the current evidence suggests essential oils are selective, meaning they are less likely to disrupt healthy commensal organisms living symbiotically within the human body. While most of the research is preclinical and requires further confirming human clinical research, what we know is promising. I want to highlight just a few of the studies. Certain gut conditions can disrupt gut microbiome balance. Well, ingestion of black pepper essential oil regulated key components of the gut microbiome to restore balance in a preclinical model. Another study found that ingesting ginger essential oil with high citral content benefited gut microbiome diversity by increasing the abundance of beneficial microbes and decreasing the production of harmful products like TMAO. A separate study also concluded that ginger increases the diversity and stability of the connection between this network. Fertility can suffer, cycles, and function can be a preclinical model. misdirecting it toward healthy tissues. The usual culprits: ultra-processed foods, added sugar, artificial dyes, synthetic sweeteners, and too much alcohol. Not to mention stress spikes, poor sleep, and lots of sitting. Together, they scramble metabolism, disrupt microbial balance, and thin the gut barrier. This leads to local flare-ups and body-wide ripple effects. The antidote is more whole, diverse foods, steady sleep, regular movement, and stress management so your gut bouncers stay on duty. Microbiome imbalance and leaky barrier often show up together and trigger similar alarms. Local gut whispers include occasional bloating, cramping, bowel changes, occasional indigestion or heartburn, and food sensitivities. While louder body-wide echoes may involve low energy, brain fog, mood dips, jitters, skin flare-ups, minor aches, headaches, and even bad breath. If that list feels familiar, it's your cue to put more emphasis on your gut health. One of the most frequent questions I get is whether essential oils destroy healthy bacteria and disrupt the gut microbiome. Fortunately, the preponderance of the current evidence suggests essential oils are selective, meaning they are less likely to disrupt healthy commensal organisms living symbiotically within the human body. While most of the research is preclinical and requires further confirming human clinical research, what we know is promising. I want to highlight just a few of the studies. Certain gut conditions can disrupt gut microbiome balance. Well, ingestion of black pepper essential oil regulated key components of the gut microbiome to restore balance in a preclinical model. Another study found that ingesting ginger essential oil with high citral content benefited gut microbiome diversity by increasing the abundance of beneficial microbes and decreasing the production of harmful products like TMAO. A separate study also concluded that ginger increases the diversity and stability of the gut microbiome when it's ingested. Multiple studies have found that ingested patchouli essential oil favorably balances the gut microbiome and increases its production of short-chain fatty acids. A clinical study found that when children ages 7 to 12 ingested peppermint essential oil, it improved gut microbiome ratios. Even thyme, which is a potent essential oil, has demonstrated positive shifts in the gut microbiome in preclinical models when ingested. Internal use of citrus essential oils has also been investigated in preclinical research related to the gut microbiome. For example, wild orange produced a favorable improvement in the gut microbiome, which also resulted in enhanced production of short-chain fatty acids. The researchers concluded that limonene was primarily responsible for this effect, suggesting other essential oils rich in limonene may have similar effects. And as we just heard from Dr. Osgathorpe, doTERRA copaiba now has clinical evidence that it positively affects the gut microbiome. Based on this and some unpublished data, it seems that essential oils have properties that allow them to act similar to prebiotics, not in the traditional sense of feeding bacteria, but by creating a favorable environment for healthy bacteria to thrive. A few studies have also explored whether essential oils support healthy gut barrier integrity and decrease gut permeability. Black pepper essential oil enhanced the expression of multiple tight junction proteins in the gut that regulate gut permeability when ingested in a preclinical model. Ingested ginger improves the expression of tight junction proteins, enhancing gut barrier integrity. A preclinical model concluded that ingestion of patchouli essential oil supported the epithelial barrier by increasing the abundance of intestinal cells that protect against harmful organisms by secreting mucus that forms the protective layer lining the intestines and enhancing those tight junction proteins. Like many of the other essential oils ingested, thyme essential oil shows up on both lists, supporting a healthy gut microbiome and supporting intestinal integrity. Another study showed that thyme essential oil enhances the expression of tight junctions in the intestines. So essential oils have a dual purpose of supporting gut microbiome balance and diversity while simultaneously reducing gut permeability so nutrients can enter the bloodstream, but larger problematic molecules continue their journey out the other end. Now, before I close, I want to mention the importance of using essential oils and supplements together. Doing so gives you a more complete and comprehensive approach to wellness and establishes a biological environment that enhances how essential oils work in the body. In other words, supplements nourish and balance core systems so that cells are more receptive to essential oils. For example, taking a probiotic balances your gut microbiome so ingested essential oils can better fine-tune immune pathways and support the gut's creation of neurotransmitters. Probiotics also produce short-chain fatty acids that nourish gut cells and strengthen its barrier. By fostering a healthier gut lining, the absorption and localized effects of essential oils are enhanced. A multi-enzyme product like doTERRA Terrazyme supports gut health by optimizing digestion and nutrient absorption so essential oils aren't hindered by a lack of nutrients. These enzymes break down macronutrients more completely, preventing fermentation that causes bloating, gas, and bacterial overgrowth. This reduces stress on the gut lining and creates a cleaner, more stable gut environment for essential oils to work more effectively. By creating a healthier gut terrain, multi-enzyme supplements and probiotics lay the groundwork for essential oils to exert their benefits more effectively and fully, leading to better gut health outcomes. So the obvious question is, how do we take these essential oils? My suggestion is to select some of the essential oils we discussed and add 2 to 4 drops total of these oils to a capsule. Fill the rest with fatty oil and take this twice daily between meals to allow better interactions with the gut lining. For example, I may take 1 drop each of black pepper, ginger, and patchouli in the morning and a second capsule with 1 drop each of peppermint, thyme, copaiba, and wild orange in the afternoon. doTERRA Terrazyme can be taken before each meal. You'll want to take 1 to 3 capsules depending on what your meal consists of. As far as doTERRA PB Restore goes, we want to take 1 capsule with or after a meal. Lastly, we're going to take that we're going to use these supplements for 4 to 12 weeks to see meaningful improvements in your gut terrain and health. I'm sincerely grateful for your partnership and willingness to help us with our mission to revolutionize wellness worldwide. With your help, we can share these gifts of the earth 1 drop, 1 person, 1 community at a time. Thank you.